Steve Carell knows how to make us laugh, but his dramatic turn in Foxcatcher earned the attention of Oscar voters. He plays an eccentric let's try that again. Oren, roll it back for me for a second. Thank you. He plays an eccentric multi-millionaire whose obsession with Olympic wrestling has devastating consequences. Take a look at Carell's remarkable evolution.
Tonight's topic, Islam versus Christianity. Which is right? Islam. Christianity. Islam!
This is a Steve Carell we first came to love, a fake correspondent on The Daily Show.
Senator, how do you reconcile the fact that you were one of the most vocal critics of pork barrel politics, and yet, while you were chairman of the Commerce Committee, that committee set a record for unauthorized appropriations? I'm just kidding.
He became a household name playing clueless manager Michael Scott in The Office, with a knack for always saying the wrong thing.
You show me a white man you trust, and I will show you a black man that I trust even more. Pam, tell me a white person you trust.
My dad.
Danny Glover.
A weatherman with an incredibly low IQ in Anchorman.
I love desk.
Brick, are you just looking at things in the office and saying that you love them?
I love lamp.
So ready?
And with the 40-year-old virgin, Carell became a Hollywood superstar.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Carell joined the cast of Little Miss Sunshine as a gay man recovering from a suicide attempt. While the film was nominated for 4 Oscars, none were for his performance.
I will be relying on you to a great extent.
Carell finally earned a Best Actor nomination in the critically acclaimed Foxcatcher, playing the role of millionaire John E. DuPont,
What you hope to achieve.
who worked with some of the best young wrestlers in the country.
What do you hope to achieve, Mark?
Steve Carell. Steve Carell joins us at the table. It's so good to see you. Congratulations.
Thanks.
It's so funny to look back over your career because you've cracked us up for so long. But let's start with Foxcatcher. Because in the green room you said it really is an honor to be nominated. And when most people say that, I don't believe them. But I actually believe you mean that.
I do mean that.
Because you said you never envisioned this.
Yeah.
I never did, no.
But what he really said was he didn't care if he didn't win.
It's true. It's
It doesn't
really
make a difference, you said.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know, I've been taking these mental photographs all the way through this to try to remember it, because otherwise it just washes over you and you don't recall any of it. But it's exciting and fun.
And you play such a creepy character, and you don't look like yourself. I wonder what that was like, looking in the mirror and seeing that face staring back at you.
The strangest part was the way other people looked at me, and I saw the reflection of what I looked like in their
To
eyes.
them.
Because I didn't know until I arrived on set that first time how people were going to respond, if they did at all. And it was off-putting, and it naturally and sort of organically separated them from me. And we didn't get to know each other very well.
Yeah,
as
until
we were
after the
shooting.
movie, Channing said that you guys really didn't get to know each other.
Yeah, no, not until we started promoting the film. And then we got to become friends, and they're great guys. Really
but I
fun
really
to hang
like you
out with.
guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it just an acting job? I mean, you consider yourself an actor who can do comedy or do anything else?
Oh, I could do anything. I know that's what you were going for. The way I got it, it wasn't on my radar, and it's certainly not a part I thought, oh, this has me written all over it.
No, you didn't get that.
No,
Huh?
no.
You didn't call up and say, hey, me, I'm
No,
perfect
of
for
course. I know you're thinking of other people, but clearly I'm
So
the
how'd you get the
person.
job?
My agent recommended me to Bennett
there
Miller.
you go again, an agent.
Yeah, and sort of put me in front of him, and it gave him pause, and he's thought about it. And the reason I asked him later, Bennett Miller, I said, why me? You know, I'm certainly clearly wasn't on any list before this. And he said, partly because of your public persona. I have a very benign public persona, as did DuPont. He was not someone that anyone would imagine could do
He's
the
not
things that he
threatening.
did. No. And I think there was partly that on his mind, that I could play into that.
So do you have a winning face and a losing face prepared just in case? You know, the Oscars, you never know.
And if you lose, they'll be on you. And if you win, they'll be on you.
I'm not going to lose. What are you talking about? I'm not going to prepare that face. You guys are crazy.
And I would like to thank CBS This Morning for believing in me. That should be your first line.
I'm going to plaster. I'll just plaster a face on at the beginning of the night. And this is what you'll see the entire night.
Yeah.
But Steve, it isn't.
Oh, you've probably already written your acceptance,
That's
haven't
it,
you?
the entire night. And later on, when I'm eating In-N-Out on the way home, It's going to be that. It's going to be frozen for a week.
But it's funny, Jon Stewart just released a Throwback Thursday. I know you've seen this with you, Steve Carell, and Jon Stewart without your shirts on.
Pretty
You
sexy.
think, very sexy. So that guy is now an Oscar nominated.
Oh, look at
that picture.
Oh, God.
But do you ever look back with these guys and say, can you believe where we are today? Because all of your careers have really advanced. What do you make of that time, Steve?
Well, the ironic thing, that was shot
That
last
is very
week.
sexy.
that was not from 15 years ago.
You must be proud.
Well, yeah, you know what? I just came out a month or so ago. I went out and Stephen and I did a thing in New Jersey, and we did a Q&A for a film festival that he and his wife promote. And just kind of going back through our time together, because I've known Stephen Colbert since the mid-'80s at Second City. So we've been friends and co-workers for a long, long time. And we're kind of pinching ourselves, you know, he and his new job and me with all of this stuff. It's exciting. And I saw John on the circuit with, you know, with his movie, and same thing. Like, we're interlopers. How did we get into this whole thing?
So what kind of show you think Stephen will create for CBS?
I think people are going to be very surprised because, you know, they've seen the character that he plays, and obviously very talented, incredibly smart. But knowing the depth of his ability as I do, he's a great actor. He's a great musician. He's a great improviser.
Smart as hell.
He is. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met. I think people are going to be very, very surprised, or I will be surprised at how bad it is.
One of the two.
I think,
And the friendship's over.
exactly.
He's not a success.
I'm never going on that dud. No, it's gonna be fantastic.
Can we talk about Pyongyang, because you were supposed to shoot this movie about North Korea?
Right.
They got canceled.
It did.
In the middle of this Sony mess. What did they say to you about it?
It's canceled.
Were you upset?
You are not going to Serbia anymore to shoot this movie.
They were gonna
That
shoot
was
a
basically the
movie.
long. I got a call like early on, like a week before, and I could hear in my agent's voice, "No, it's probably okay," and I knew it wasn't okay. And then about a week later, they said, "Yeah, they got cold feet, and the distributor just didn't want to."
But has this performance changed your sort of life in terms of the kinds of things that people think about you for?
I don't know necessarily. You know, going forward, this movie really scared me. And taking on a part like this.
Scared you why?
Scared me because I didn't know how it was going to work out. I didn't know if I was right for it or whether it's something I could pull off. And it was definitely out of my comfort zone. And I think that was a good thing because I thought I learned a lot from it. So that's the sort of thing I'd like to do in the future. If I learned anything, it's that. That's the sort of thing I want to do.
Well, you've certainly shown people that you could do it. And I love the 60 Minutes piece on you where you went
Steve
to the
Croft did a
store
great job.
that Steve Croft did, and you went to the store in Massachusetts. We were all hoping that you were going to bring us something knitted by Harriet Carell. I'm very offended that there's no little knitted objects here. Or something.
She likes
She spent
presents.
like 9 months on one of those Afghans. And as soon as that aired, people started calling in, like, I'd like 10 of Harriet Carell's Afghans. Like, no, you don't understand. There's one. There was one in the store.
Well, we only needed one, Steve. I said, I know he's going to bring us a little
All
something.
right, I'll get her to work. Man.
Okay.
You're so mean. Mom, Gail wants an Afghan.
Yes, Gail does. And her favorite color is yellow. So what are you wearing to the
Actually, I think I have one. I'm going to send it to you. I think I have an extra yellow Afghan.
What are you wearing to the Oscars, Steve Carell? What's Nancy wearing?
My mother is going to knit me a tux.
There you go.
A yellow
You'll be the only one wearing one of those. Congratulations. Really, cheering you on.
Steve Carell, thank you very much. Foxcatcher is in theaters now.
He's quick.